Booktube. This is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. As you can see from my shirt, I am here today to talk about a Shakespeare play for Shaketember, which is our I guess annual celebration of Shakespeare on Booktube. And the first play this year was All's Well That Ends Well. I realize I'm getting this to you a little bit late, but yeah, Shakespeare, reading Shakespeare, it's so funny because I really didn't start reading Shakespeare until I started Booktube, which was 4 years ago. And then probably the following year, I started reading Shakespeare, not just in September, right? But every time I haven't been reading Shakespeare, you know, the way I do in September. Like I just pick up a play and read it. It's always a little bit of like discovering muscles that you didn't know you had, right? And they get stretched and pulled, and Shakespeare really does that to us. Really makes us think and dig, and there's always more, right? I mean, you can never reread a play too many times. So All's Well That Ends Well is one of Shakespeare's, according to our complete works that was compiled by the Royal Shakespeare Company. This is one of Shakespeare's least performed and least loved comedies. In fact, it goes so far as to even call it a tragicomedy. It's not a romance, and it is considered one of his quote-unquote problem plays. I get why it is a problem play, right? I mean, there's people tricking people into having sex with them, which, you know, nowadays we frown upon that kind of behavior. I will be maybe spoiling some stuff for you in this video. I try not to spoil things, but Shakespeare is one of the few things that I don't mind it being spoiled, because it usually helps me understand the play a lot better. So I read the synopsis of the play before I read it, the play itself, and yeah, I've been reading introductions and information in different places about All's Well That Ends Well. So we start this play off with essentially there's Helen and there's Bertram, and Bertram is he's not a count yet, which is a little bit confusing because his father has just died. But he will be a count, and he has the family ring, right, that's been passed down from previous counts, you know, in his whole family history, and it's very important and symbolic in the play. But he's not a count yet. There's still his mother, the Countess, she's great. And Helen has been a ward of hers, kind of, in the same way that Bertram becomes kind of a ward to the King of France. And so Helen loves Bertram. And man, oh man, I wish there was just one scene where we could figure out why does Helen love Bertram. He is so pouty. Yeah, and I think that's the struggle with this book, is it's just like, why do you want to be with this guy? He's so, I mean, you know, like, I don't want to say corrupt, but really like a bad judge of character. I mean, he doesn't see the worth in her, and Helen saves the king's life. And so he doesn't see her worth. But also like his best friend, Paroles, like all of these other people have to tell Bertram, hey, you know what? This guy is full of crap. Like, he is lying all the time to you. Like, he's not this brave, valiant warrior that you think he is. Like, no, he's a coward. He's full of crap. And yeah, so they had to do this elaborate plot, like essentially kidnapping Paroles and blindfolding him. And of course, Paroles just, pours out all of the secrets, of the military, and what he really thinks of some of these other people who are in the Florentine army, because of course we have to migrate to Italy and and Spain and things like that. But yeah, so it's yeah, that's the only way that he figures out that his friend is really not his friend, and does not have his best interest in heart, and is not as brave as he has said he is. And Helen, who, like I said, saves the king's life, like continues to love him in spite of everything. And so at the end, like he finally does, like, I mean, all this stuff comes just spoiling out, like, right? All this stuff comes out about his behavior, and then finally, Bertram is like, okay, well, if you know all of this about me, and you still want to be with me, like, okay, like, but it's not like, oh, Helen, I had, I mean, there's never really a romantic scene. And All's Well That Ends Well is a line in the play from Helen, and but we're left wondering if everything is going to be okay. Is it all going to turn out? Like, is Bertram going to wake up one day, or slowly over time come to realize the worth of his wife, and how she stood up for him and chose him. She could have had any royal, after she saves the king, she can have her pick from the court, and it's Bertram that she wants. But again, like, even at the end, you're going, why, Helen, do you want this guy? So I think that was maybe what was more of a struggle for me than anything else. There is a line in this play that I found particularly powerful, and I wanted to just share this with you. This is from Act 4, Scene 3. The web of our life is of a mingled yarn, good and ill together. Our virtues would be proud if our faults whipped them not, and our crimes would despair if they were not cherished by our virtues. So, a little bit of Shakespeare is always good. Anyway, so I'm sorry I don't have like super profound things to say about this play, but I would love to hear what you think of it. If you read it this year, or if you've read it previously, please let me know down in the comments section. Or if you're reading something else by Shakespeare this month, what is that? I am about to start King Lear, so that will be my next Shaketember video, and that's not one of the plays chosen by the hosts. I will link some other videos down below from Rainey and Rainy Day Reads, and then my husband Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, and possibly Lukas from A Cruel Reader's Thesis. But he is even if he doesn't post a video about this, he is a host of Shaketember. So thanks to all the hosts for putting this on. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can always leave me an emoji or give this video a thumbs up so I know you're here. And Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.